Hey everybody, KC here. So the New York Times has got an interesting project that it's working on. It's a series of occasional articles that it calls Overlooked. And basically what they're doing is they're writing obituaries for people who have passed away anytime, well, since 1851. And when the Times was created, but people who, for whatever reason, didn't get an obit when they passed away in the Times, and so they're going back and trying to write these appreciations of people that they may not have may not have written at the time. And there was one the other day that really stuck out to me, in part because it's about a retailer, and I have been in the store that she created. So the woman's name is Dilys Winn, and she died of kidney disease on February 5th, 2016. It's the age of 76. But the thing is, Dilys Winn actually, in 1972, the Times writes, had an idea to open a bookstore that would sell nothing but mystery stories, but she knew nothing about the book business. So she went to Doubleday and Brentano's. Boy, those don't even exist anymore. She jotted down the titles and publishers of the mystery books they carried, then called those publishers and put in her own orders. She found an empty storefront on New York's Upper West Side, not a great area at the time, and for $250 a month, wow, $250 a month, she was able to open the very first store. It was called Murder Inc. And at the time, it was believed to be the first bookstore that had ever been opened that was dedicated just to that genre. She didn't even have a window sign, but she had lots of different kinds of books, everything from American traditional detective novels to British mystery novels, gothic, suspense thrillers, procedurals. Started out with 1,500 titles in all, just sort of crammed into the place, and not particularly fancy looking. But it was a place that people loved to come to if they loved mysteries, whether they were writers or they happened to be readers. And she was so successful and so popular that in the first year, she doubled the SKUs she was carrying. And she even started doing things like mail order, which at the time was not that big a deal, not like it is today. And she was even carrying rare first editions for collectors. Mostly she focused on mass market paperbacks. But man, she'd even loan books out for a nominal fee for people who wanted to borrow a book. So she was even a lending library. And then eventually she got into the event business. She even got out of the retail business for a time. She had a St. Valentine's Day massacre themed party. She appeared at one point on the TV game show To Tell the Truth. She sold the bookstore not long after she opened it, and started doing, holding speaker series, and she would take people on trips to places like London where they would go. They would wander the neighborhoods that Jack the Ripper and Sherlock Holmes frequented. Then she ended up doing whodunit events. She wrote she put together her own compendium of short essays by mystery novelists. Did that a couple of times. Ended up going to Key West, Florida, opened another bookstore that was called, Miss Marple's Parlor. She used to write book reviews for Kirkus, and Murder Inc., as it ended up, they had various owners over the years, and eventually closed in 2006. But here's the deal. She basically, by tapping into this thing that nobody really knew existed, this appetite on the part, again, of both writers and readers, she basically created a bookstore genre. Otto Penzler basically founded the Mysterious Bookshop in Midtown Manhattan in 1979, and that still exists today. And there are numerous mystery bookshops all over the country. I like the Poison Pen in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I used to love going to Kate's Mystery Books up in Cambridge, Massachusetts. It's been closed for a long time, and Kate Mattis has passed away, but I used to love going there, in part because writers like to go there, or mystery writers used to like to go there, and the used to talk about how Robert B. Parker helped build the bookshelves there. But one of the things that all these mystery bookshops seem to have in common is their ability to bring together authors and readers in a community of enthusiasts. And that's an enormous advantage for a retailer, right? Because you're not just selling stuff. You're creating something that matters to people in a different kind of way. You're connecting people, and in a way that inspires loyalty. And that's worth emulating for any retailer in a lot of different ways, shapes, and forms. I just think retailers who can tap into that, as opposed to just putting things on their shelves that may not matter to them, you know, I think that's an enormous advantage going forward. And it doesn't matter if you're a one store operation or a 10 store operation or a 1,000 store operation. If you're actually able to come to it with some level of enthusiasm, some level of expertise, and create community around it, that is a powerful marketing message. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.